Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Vaishali U, Assistant Professor, Department of Sociology, Government First Grade College Bandwal from Karnataka. Today I will be presenting paper on Panchayat Raj Institution and Empowerment of Scheduled Caste Women. So this paper attempts to know about the empowerment of scheduled caste women through Panchayat Raj Institution. The objective of this paper is that to understand the problems and the constraints faced by the scheduled caste women in their effective participation in the Panchayat Raj institution. It also focuses on whether reservation for women in Panchayat Raj institution has really empowered scheduled caste women. The methodology used in this paper is the data is collected from secondary sources of data, that is from research already done, the articles, the journals and PR update. So in introduction we can say that in India the scheduled caste people known as the Harijan, the Antyajas, the Panchamas, the Dalits and the exterior caste or untouchables. They form a substantial segment of Indian population. So they are not given equal status, that to social status, and are arranged in the hierarchical order of caste and subcaste, and the practice of untouchability among themselves can be seen, and they are at the bottom of the Indian social hierarchy. So these are the people who are socially, economically oppressed, culturally subjugated and politically marginalized section of the society. So women constitute half of the population of the world. So their social and economic status is however relatively low, and they are discriminated against in a practically all walks of life. When we address women in India, we should give special attention to the women in scheduled caste, because their condition was even more deplorable than women in general, because women in general they are twice marginalized on the basis of gender and class, but the scheduled caste women they are thrice marginalized on the basis of caste, gender and class. Empowerment. So empowerment is a multi-dimensional social process, that the people gain control over their own lives. So women's empowerment, it refers to the process by which women take control and ownership of their lives through expansion of their choices. So one of the negative consequences of slow rate of change in the status of scheduled caste women is the low level of participation in the decision making and implementation of programs and policies meant for them. So state played a very important role in order to solve the problems of Dalit women, and also to improve their conditions by implementing the Panchayat Raj Act in April in 1993 through the 73rd Constitutional Amendment. So it has given a special provision, that is one third seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, including the number of seats reserved for women belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So in analysis we can say that in terms of accessing the local governance institution, the paper shows that the main constraints in empowerment of women, that to scheduled caste women, is caste hierarchy, the chronic poverty and patriarchy. So along with this, the other obstacles are the lack of education, the lack of knowledge about government programs, and a fear about dominant caste people. So all these obstacles prevent scheduled caste women from exercising effective political authority, which then compromises their ability to deliver more caste and gender perspective in a development outcomes. So through reservation, many scheduled caste women entered into political field in a large number, but it does not mean that it has empowered them. So they require more encouragement in terms of education and training, because by education is the main tool for empowerment. So through training programs they acquire new knowledge, skill, and their level of knowledge also increases. So they can develop their own capacities to functioning of the Panchayat Raj institution, and they also make a individual decision in the activities or in a functioning of the Panchayat Raj institution. So, state should focus explicitly on the political empowerment of scheduled caste women in national development plans. So, in conclusion, we can say that to conclude, it is not sufficient to only pass the acts, although the act in itself is a step towards the empowerment of scheduled caste women. To bring in sustainable and developmental changes in all the spectrum, the overall culture that respects and promotes the right is very important. So along with this policy intervention, the organization of the people, capacity building of the victims and the marginalized, the mass movement for the changing the structure and mindset is required. So thank you one and all.